Hello everyone, welcome to the episode of Whiteboard series. In this episode, I am going to explain who is Krishna. This topic is going to be very complex and I might not be able to do justice for Krishna, that is describing him, because he is so much, but I have to cover what is Krishna, who is Krishna in 20 minutes. So I will try my best. So Krishna is a realized soul. So what I mean by that is, he's just like us. He's just a normal human who was born in Dwapara Yuga. So what happened was, again, I have drawn the Project Kali patented epic 3-realm structure. So physical realm, astral realm and causal realm. So the causal realm is the womb of Tripura Sundari, and the astral realm is the womb of Kali, and finally the physical realm is the womb of Tripura Bhairavi. In the physical realm, there is the lower 7 lokas, that is Bhur Loka, Atal Vital, Sutal Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal, and in the astral and causal realm, there is the higher 7 lokas, that is Bhuva, Swaha, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya, and Vaikuntha also. So in the causal realm, there are many Garbhodakshaya Vishnus who are sleeping in the Vaikuntha Loka, that is Kshirasagara, and that Kshirasagara is there inside the womb of Tripura Sundari. So inside the womb of Tripura Sundari, there are several causal beings, Garbhodakshaya Vishnus, just sleeping and dreaming. So basically those causal beings, right, they are our higher self. That is, we, whenever we sleep, we go to our higher self, but we will not be able to understand the complexity of what a Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is thinking, because whatever a Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is thinking is so complex, because it's creating universes, right, and our consciousness is not developed enough to understand that. Currently we are developed enough to understand the Bhurloka, that is the physical plane. Slowly, as we evolve, as the left brain evolves, it will start understanding every solar system. As I told in the previous video, we are living parallel lives. That is, in the Bhurloka, we are living as human beings. In the Bhuva, Swaha, Maha, Jana, we are living as astral and causal beings. And finally, in the Vaikuntha Loka, we are Garbhodakshaya Vishnu himself. So, he is our highest self inside the Leela. Inside the Leela, the most complicated, most advanced self of ours is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So if you go beyond that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu form, then you will go back to the original self, that is Sadashiva. Sadashiva is the state of consciousness which doesn't do anything. It is purely in rest. It is the most advanced, but still it doesn't do anything. It is non-dual in nature. Because in order to create Maya, you have to be dual. There must be yes and no. So everything inside the Maya has yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. But if you go beyond the Maya, there is nothing. There is no 0, there is no 1. It is pure nothingness. So that pure nothingness is called as Sadashiva. From there we descend. From there we descend to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu form. That is our Anandamaya Kosha. Then we descend more lower. That is, we become the deities like Kali, Krishna, Ganapati, Subramanya. So many higher selves are there. Then still we descend again. We come to the Saptarishi form. Then enlightened beings, astral beings. Then finally, human beings. If you go more lower, you will become animals, ants, plants, birds, insects, non-living things, and so on. So that is how you descend from the highest state, that is Sadashiva state, to the lowest state, that is the non-living thing form. Now, we will try to understand who is Krishna. So Krishna is just like us. He was born a human in Dwapara Yuga. That is, in Devaki's womb, he was born in the Bhurloka. So this is the Bhurloka. And when the physical realm, that is the Bhurloka plane, Bhurloka solar system, was almost near the black hole, right, that center of the physical realm. So in the center of the physical realm, there is a huge black hole. And when our solar system is near the black hole, it is Satyuga. But when it is far from the black hole, it is Kali Yuga. So it's an elliptical orbit where the center of mass is the black hole. So when the solar systems are near the black hole, it is the Satyuga, where righteousness is very high because of the high ether content. But when the Bhurloka goes far from the black hole, it is Kali Yuga. So Krishna was born when it was like in the moderate area, where it was not too far nor too close also. Whereas Rama was born when the Bhurloka, the physical plane, was near the black hole. When it was very near the black hole, that is around Treta Yuga, Ram was born. So the righteousness, that is the ether level, was very high during that time. So that way the realm works. The more closer you are to the black hole, the righteousness increases because of the high ether content. The farther you are from the black hole, the righteousness decreases because of the lower ether content. Ether is one of the bhutas in the Panchabhuta system. One of the element that makes up the physical realm. So now let us see who is Krishna. Okay, I'm deviating from the topic many times. I'll try my best now. So Krishna was a three-dimensional being. So whenever you are inside the physical realm, you are a three-dimensional being. So the physical realm is made up of total 4 dimensions. One is length, breadth, height, and finally the fourth one is time. So for a three-dimensional being, time is in linear fashion. But if you are a 5-dimensional being, so let us say someone from the astral realm. So the astral realm is beyond the space-time of the physical realm, and the causal realm is beyond the space-time of the astral realm. So let us say if someone from the astral realm, that is Bhuvaloka, Swahaloka, Mahajana, from there someone comes and sees the physical realm. So they can see our realm, our physical realm, which goes through 4 yugas, Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga. So they see our physical realm in a book-like manner, movie-like manner. So they can skip it forward, they can go back to past, future, present, everything is same for them. They can look it up however they want. They can directly jump to Satya Yuga, they can directly jump to Kali Yuga. They can see our lives like a book. That is, they can see our lives like a movie. And they can see what was Aditya in Dwapar Yuga, what was Aditya in Kali Yuga. So it is so easy for them because they are advanced. Their left brain is advanced. And we are also living that lives actually. That is, in the previous video, I told that we are living parallel lives. That is, we are living in the higher realms also, the multidimensional plane also. But we are not able to remember those dreams. We are not able to process those dreams because our left brain is not developed enough right now. But you are capable. And what is going on is, you right, whatever I call as you, that you is everywhere. So the whole universe, the whole Maya is you only. It is your mind actually. So the real self is Sadashiva. You are the Sadashiva and you're watching your own mind elements. So inside your mind, there are several dreams going on. Like there are several characters you are playing inside your mind. So this is your brain, like a mind structure. And inside the mind, you are dreaming of the 14 lokas, the physical, astral, causal realms. And in that dream, now currently you are able to understand only the Bhurloka, that is the 7th plane in the physical realm. If you cross Bhurloka, you enter the astral, that is the Bhuvaloka. So now Krishna, right, what happened was, he was born like us in the Bhurloka, in the 3-dimensional plane, and he used to see time like us only, like in the linear fashion. But since in the previous life he learned Vedas, Upanishads, Tantra Shastra, Srividya Sadhana from the Saptarishis themselves, like Vishwamitra. So for example, in Ramayana you might have seen Vishwamitra teaching Ram, like the ways of war, the ways of generating weapons. So all that was taught to Ram by Vishwamitra. Similarly, Krishna was also taught in the previous life by a Saptarishi. I'm not sure like which Saptarishi and all, but in the previous life Krishna had done a lot of sadhana of Srividya, that is Mahavidyas sadhana he had done, and he had unlocked all the siddhis. Basically, all the Mahavidyas are like the raw material. That is, they are not beings actually. That is, they are the way how the universe is created. For example, in the Maya, right, in the Maya Lila, the whole Maya Lila is made up of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's descended forms, that is the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. There are several million Kshirodakshaya Vishnus who are collectively dreaming of these 3 realms. So that is why the 3 realms are stable. Now the Mahavidyas are the raw material using which the Vishnu's dream. So for a Vishnu to dream, he has to have desires, and those desires are nothing but Mahavidyas. For example, the desire for food and sleep is Tripura Bhairavi. Desire for sex is Kamakala Kali. Desire for money, fame, power is Mahavidya Kamala. Desire for love is Kali, Baglamukhi, Dhumavati, Bhuvaneshwari. Desire to communicate and knowledge is Matangi Tara. Desire to think is Chinnamasta, and finally desire to exist is Tripura Sundari. So using the desires, desire forces, a Garbhodakshaya Vishnu dreams. Similarly, a Kshirodakshaya Vishnu also dreams collectively. Now Krishna, he learned the knowledge of creating universe by the Saptarishis themselves. Saptarishis are basically the gurus that were born in the Satya Yuga. So they were sent by the higher planes only. That is, they usually reside in the Tapoloka, that is just below the Vaikuntha Loka. There is Tapoloka. So in the Tapoloka, the Saptarishis are there in the multidimensional plane. It may be 7th dimension or 6th dimension. It is beyond the space-time of the physical. So somewhere 6th or 7th dimension, there is Tapoloka, and in Tapoloka, the Saptarishis have got all the knowledge of universe, of the Mahavidyas, all the desire forces. So they also know how to create universe, but they are trying to progress. That is, they are trying to reach the Sadashiva, the highest state of consciousness, which is purely non-dual. But sometimes what happens is, they have karma left. That is, they have to fulfill the karmas of the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. They have to resolve their karmas, because they themselves are Garbhodaksha Vishnu. If they go more advanced, they become the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. So they know what to resolve. So for resolving, they take birth in the physical realm. They take birth in the Burloka or the lower Loka, wherever the resolution has to take place. And what they do is, they teach the Mahavidya Sadhana. They initiate some physical beings who are worthy, some three-dimensional being who are worthy of the knowledge. They initiate them, and after they initiate, what happens is, that soul, right, it will start meditating, it will do sadhana, it will try to become like Saptarishi, but it will not. It will be an advanced human being like Krishna. So Krishna became a very advanced soul in the Dwapara Yuga. In the previous Yuga, he did lot of sadhana, due to which he unlocked all the siddhis, like how Hanuman also has Ashta Siddhis, right? So similarly, even Krishna unlocked all siddhis in the previous life, and in the next life, he had to resolve his karma related to the Burloka. So what he did was, he showed people what is the path of dharma. He taught Arjuna the ways of achieving samadhi, like 4 ways, that is Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So the 4 ways, and 18 yogas he taught to Arjuna. So we can broadly classify it into 4. That is, Raja Yoga means the path of pure sadhana, the sadhana of Mahavidyas or whatever. And Jnana Yoga is the path of knowledge, Advaita, that is being non-dual and non-doer. So non-dual means you should not have any thoughts in the mind. Non-doer means you have to let go of that doership mentality. That is, I am doing, I am achieving. You have to leave that completely. So that is non-doer. That is, when you become a non-doer, everything happens on its own. That is the body mind, right? It will work on its own. So you will become like a Jivana Mukta. That is, the body mind operates on its own, but you are somewhere else. You are in your highest self, whereas the human continues. The human character like Aditya, John, Jason will continue on its own, but you are on the higher plane. So that is Jivana Mukta Samadhi. That is in the Jnana Yoga section, and Bhakti Yoga is also almost similar. You are in pure love. So when you are in pure love, you forget everything. You become non-dual and non-doer automatically when you are completely fallen in love. For example, if I fall in love with Krishna completely, I become Krishna himself. That is, the Aditya character dissolves on its own. So that is Bhakti Yoga. And finally, Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means doing the action without any expectation of results. That is, you do your duty. So whatever the body mind is doing on its own, you just do it, you continue doing it, but never expect anything from the Maya, because everything is a memory. So when everything is a memory, that is, when a 5-dimensional being tries to look at the physical realm, it sees it as a memory, like a movie. So when you know that for a 5-dimensional being, everything is predestined in the physical, so that means that all decisions, whatever we are taking, is also predestined. So there's no need of expecting anything in return. You should just do it, because now you are a 3-dimensional being. But if you become a 5-dimensional being, you'll realize that you never had free will. So just do your duties without expecting anything. So when you follow that protocol, you will start becoming a 5-dimensional being. So Krishna taught the Arjuna all the ways of becoming 5-dimensional, becoming an advanced being beyond the physical realm. So whatever knowledge he got from the Saptarishis, Krishna taught it to Arjuna through Bhagavad Gita. So that Bhagavad Gita now we have, and we are learning that again and again. So the whole point of Bhagavad Gita is to advance ourselves, is to advance the left brain, because our right brain is there in all. That is, our Shakti Tattva is living parallel lives. It has become Garbhodaksha Vishnu, it is Sadashiva, it is so many other things also in different dreams. So in different dreams it is living different lives, the right brain. However, the left brain is seeing only one. The left brain is the witness. So it is just seeing one dream, because it is invested more in one dream based upon the processing power it has. So now Krishna, what he told was, he told Arjuna all the ways to become a 5-dimensional being, and that Bhagavad Gita we are learning. So the point is not to defame other paths of spirituality. Like there are many paths in spirituality, which may be Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, whatever path, right? You have to never insult or condescend other paths, because every path has its own value, and every path is meant for certain types of people. For example, people who love to fall in love, for them Bhakti Yoga is suitable. But for people who are having high level of concentration, for them Raja Yoga, that is the path of Sadhana, is good. And for people who question a lot, who are like very curious and question a lot, for them Jnana Yoga is good. And for people who are dedicated workaholics, for them Karma Yoga is good. So every path has its own value, and we have to never condescend or insult other paths. We have to just follow the path which we are suited for. So that is what Krishna told, that is, just do your duty. And now our job is to not put anyone on a pedestal. Okay, if you are following Bhakti Yoga, then yeah, you have to put someone on a pedestal. It may be Krishna, Kali, your guru, or your own wife, girlfriend. So if you're following Bhakti Yoga, you have to put someone on a pedestal. But if you're following other paths, you are becoming the God actually. So there is no separate God. Whatever is going on inside the mind of Sadashiva is God themselves. That is, when you become non-dual, non-doer, you become God himself, the original self, that is Sadashiva. But when you descend, you enter your own mind's character. You enter your own dream. For example, there is some dream going on inside your mind. You enter your own storyline, and you think that you are that character. But you are not that character. You are the mind that is creating that character. And all the characters, basically all the characters that you are creating, right? All the characters like Vishnu, Krishna, human beings, astral beings, lizards, mammals, birds, everything you are only creating inside the mind. And that is why you see it like it is external. But actually the external world doesn't exist. So it's like this basically. So you are bending space-time here. The Sadashiva is bending space-time. He enters the Anandamaya Kosha, then Vijnanamaya Kosha in astral, then Manomaya Kosha in astral itself, then finally Annamaya and Pranamaya Kosha in the physical. So this time is bent so much. So whenever Sadashiva has desires, he bends space-time. He bends space-time and he enters his own dreams as some character. So these are the dream galaxies, dream solar systems, and inside the dream solar system he enters the character. So here the eyes of Shiva, right? So witness. So the eyes of Shiva is seeing nothing if it doesn't have desires. But when it has desires, the eyes of Shiva enters one character here. So let's say it's Vishnu. Then it enters more like Saptarishi, Indra, or enlightened beings like Vivekananda, or Yogananda, or human, or lizards, insects, non-living things. So whatever, it enters the character. So basically the eyes of Shiva, it doesn't see anything when it is outside Maya. When it is outside Maya, it is pure black, it is pitch black. But when it has desires, it enters the characters. And the characters are created by its own mind. So basically outside the mind, there are no one. It's pure nothing. There is nothing here outside the mind. So inside the mind, you are creating your own realms. So whatever you are seeing right now, all the world, colorful world, doesn't exist actually. It's like a reflection of your own mind. Now it feels external because you are inside a character. That is, the eyes, right, has gone inside a character. Let's say Aditya. So the eyes has gone inside a character, and now it is looking through the eyes of the character, due to which it feels like the world is external. But when you realize that the world never exists, it exists inside your own mind, you come out of your mind. So you come out of the physical. Similarly, as you do Jnana Yoga, right, that telling that everything is inside my mind, there is no external world, everything is happening inside my own mind, that time you go out of your mind. Or if you do Raja Yoga, you awaken your Kundalini and go out of your mind. Or if you do Bhakti Yoga, what happens is you fall in love and you dissolve yourself and you go to the higher self like Krishna, Kali. Or if you follow Karma Yoga, the whole body mind is working on its own, because you are not expecting any results. That is, you have left your desires to the universe itself. So that way, there are 4 ways to go outside of this 3-dimensional plane. So you go outside. Then you finally realize that physical realm belongs to your own mind. Then finally, when you reach here, that is the 5-dimensional plane, you realize that even the astral, even the timelines going in the astral is inside your own mind. That is the Bhualoka, Swahaloka, Mahar, Janar Loka, all that lives of Yogananda, Vivekananda, Indra. So that also, right? All the enlightened beings in the Hiranya Loka, everything is a storyline only. So when you go outside everything, all the timelines disappear, all the storylines disappear. And finally, like whatever you bent, that is, whatever space-time you bent because of your desires, you are detaching from your desires and closing the space-time again. That is, whatever bent, you are closing it again, because you don't want any Maya anymore. So you are closing. So closing all the realms like this. You are telling everything is inside my mind. Everything is inside my mind. Everything is inside my mind. The external world doesn't exist. So you're telling that until you reach Sadashiva. So this is the path of Advaita, telling that everything is inside my mind. So finally the eyes of Sadashiva, which was in the physical realm inside a human, finally goes to the truth, that is Satyalok. So the whole problem was you created eyes, not this eyes, the eyes of the witness. That eyes of the witness starts from here, from the no desire, no time zone. From the no time zone, the eyes bend space-time and enters the character. So now your job is to detach from the desire and remove the eyes. So when you remove the eyes, you go back to your original self. So that is what happened to Krishna also. Krishna, when he was born in the physical realm, Burloka, he was taught by the Saptarishis, the knowledge, 5-dimensional knowledge. Then he came outside. Then finally, what happened was, this is the most important part of this video. When Krishna came outside the Maya of physical world, he started missing his friends. Krishna started missing his old friends. He started missing Radha. He started missing all the gopis and so many people, because they were still stuck in the physical. They didn't transcend. Their parallel lives were there in the higher realms. However, the character was not there. The character was still in the Leela. And Krishna fell in love with the character. The souls had transcended. The souls inside the characters had transcended. However, Krishna missed the characters like Sudama, Rukmini, Radha, Yashoda, Devaki, Vasudeva. So all that characters he missed, right? So what he did was, using the power of his Anahata Chakra, since he already had the Mahavidya power, that is the raw material of the universe, he had the Ojas. Ojas is basically the stored energy. That is, if you store your sexual energy by, I don't know, eating neem powder, turmeric powder, tulasi, whatever, you convert your sexual energy into Ojas, then you shoot it to the upper chakras. So if you have pent up Ojas, you will be able to create your own universe, your own characters inside the Leela itself. So what Krishna did was, in the astral plane, causal plane, he created one new loka. Besides the lokas created by the causal being, that is Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, what Krishna did was, because of his love towards his gopis, Vrindavan and all, he created a artificial, everything is artificial. All the lokas are artificial, but he created his own artificial astral causal planet, solar system called as Goloka. So Goloka is somewhere outside the Maya, Maya of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So here somewhere he has created Goloka. But that Goloka also belongs to the larger Maya. So inside the Maya, that is inside the womb of Tripura Sundari, somewhere he has created Goloka. And that Goloka has been created by pure love, pure bhakti towards his friends, towards his lovers. So whoever loves Krishna very much and whoever doesn't question his existence, like if you're logical, then you're not allowed to enter. So let's say now you're here inside a character and you think like a scientist, then Krishna will not allow you. Because see, let's say your eyes is here. Now to get back the eyes, right? If you become logical, you go to the outer worlds. So let's say you're going out, and suddenly you see some beautiful loka called as Goloka, where all are enjoying. And if you think logically, Krishna will not allow you in the Goloka, because logic is not allowed in his solar system. He has created it in such a way that only pure love is allowed. So if you start thinking, he will not allow you. Only if you start loving, right? Pure blind love, like no logic, no thoughts, no thinking that Krishna is someone who will put you back in Maya. If you think all negative things, he will never allow you. So he will never allow if you think logically. Only if you purely love him, like your own son, or like your own friend, or like your own husband or boyfriend, that time he will allow you. He will invite you with open arms, and you will enter the Goloka, which is like near the Vaikuntha only. So Vaikuntha is somewhere here, and Goloka is somewhere here, near the Tapoloka. But the Tapoloka, right, the Saptarishis are still in awe. That is, they are like so powerful being this Krishna is. He created his own loka, because the Saptarishis are not creating their own lokas. They are focusing on Sadashiva only. That is how to come out of the Maya. But Krishna has done a loka which is like so strong and beautiful that even the Saptarishis are feeling jealous. They are like thinking, oh, what if even I create a universe like Krishna? Because the loka he created, the solar system he created, so beautiful. It's ditto like Vrindavan, like how he spent his life in the old Vrindavan, that is in the Burloka. He has created a similar structure in the Goloka. All his friends, family, everyone are there. The reason was because he missed. His love for them was so intense, and their love for him was also so intense that he couldn't tell himself, like how much ever biggest Jnana Yogi Krishna was, he was not able to detach himself from the characters that he met in the Vrindavan and all his childhood. So that's why he created his own loka. And whoever loves Krishna very much, right, they will enter the character. So he has created all the characters also, and they will enter the character that he created. It may be Radha or Sudama, Balaram or Yashoda, Devaki. Whichever role you want to take, you can take in that character based upon your relationship with Krishna. So every loka is like that only. Even this one, right, who is that? Sadashiva. His love for Parvati was so high that is whenever he manifested himself as Shankar Mahadev in Kailasa Parvata. So even Shiva manifested himself in Burloka as Shankara, and in Shankara form he has Ganapati, Subramanya as his own children. So what he did was he replicated Kailasa Parvata near the Satyaloka. So near the Satya he replicated Kailasa Parvata, and Krishna replicated Vrindavan near the causal area. In Vrindavan there is a lot of energy of Krishna because he is replicating it continuously. So whatever he is trying to remember, so Krishna, the multidimensional being, is trying to remember the Vrindavan and is creating, right? So the Vrindavan that you are seeing right now also has lot of energy of Krishna. Similarly, even the Kailasa Parvata, which Shankar Mahadev is trying to replicate, has lot of energy of Shiva. So that is what it means. So if your love for your city or your hometown is very high, if your love for your girlfriend or wife or mother, father is very high, then you can create your own astral causal planet. You can create a planet for yourself and you can stay in it. So that is the level of power your Anahata has, Anahata, Ajna Chakra. So but you have to store the Ojas. Without storing the Ojas, you cannot create anything. So if you want to become a better Vishnu, you can learn how the Mahavidyas Sadhana and create your own planet or galaxy or universe. But if your plan is to reach the truth, then you need not create anything. You can just purely awaken your Kundalini and experience the bliss of Anandamaya and go beyond that and finally experience Sadashiva. So this is who Krishna is. I hope this complicated video you have understood completely. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.